All right, good morning, Cyber Traders. Welcome on back here for another brand new day this Wednesday, August 17th. Great to see Brian, Grant, Ray, Glenn. I saw Leda and Kathleen in here earlier. Norman, who had a pretty good pre-market, it seems. He was killing it on the Fubo trade that we have up on the screen here. Great to see Phil, Karen, Peter, and all of us inside the live trading room collectively. Great to see all of us back on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube. So, folks, as a quick reminder, we ended up conducting our normally exclusive Traders Talk workshop on YouTube yesterday. Just go right to our YouTube channel. It's our second most recently recorded video that's up there. So feel more than free to go through that workshop. And then if you have any questions, feel more than free to email me as well. I said that yesterday, but I always like to post my email at the end of these streams. May as well post it at the top, josh@ctutrading.com. Again, any questions from that Traders Talk workshop, feel more than free to email over to me. But enough about that. We have the Fubo stock on the screen here. I mean, hey, just another day inside the live trading room where we have a runner up like 9-10% like Fubo, but then you have some runners like Bed Bath Beyond still making a big push up over 34+%. Top percent gainer right now is HIL. It's up over 61%, but we didn't trade that. That's a buyout, right? And so you take one look at the chart. That thing's flat. We're not trading that as much throughout pre-market early this morning. Well, let's talk about the Fubo. Let's talk about the Bed Bath Beyond, which obviously ran yesterday. That was our big move from yesterday morning into the afternoon. So, the Fubo trade here to begin, I'll be honest, I don't know if there was any specific news out today on it. We ended up trading this stock back, I think, just from yesterday, ended up running up very nicely. So let's take a quick look. I don't have any news on this. I think, if anything, they're saying it's Wall Street Bet mentions for August 16th yesterday, and then obviously today. So this is just a meme stock. That's it. But hey, ended up making a nice little pop shortly after 8 o'clock. Little spike at 8 o'clock here. We kind of disregard. I mean, unless it really runs up right away. But it was flat for a little while. So we were focused on other stocks at first. Big shout out to Norman. Not only did he call this out, he has really good call outs, but he was able to capitalize on this trade on a couple of different trades. Don't want to shortchange him. I think he got like 60-70 cents collectively between those two trades that he took, but ended up making a really nice squeeze all the way up towards the top there off of 725. A couple of levels to watch on this trade. I'd called out 725 as a resistance just earlier as it was making this first leg up. There was a big iceberg order on the ask about 17,000 shares. I wrote that on the chat board at 8:34 Eastern time. Would have been nice to have my water bottle here for this meeting. All right, so with that, Fubo ended up topping off right at 725. Well, 7.10, $7.10. Norman also called out, and I saw it from my level 4. 7.10. There was a lot of volume getting filled here throughout pre-market. You could even see that just from level 3 from the TradeStation Matrix. If you're on Interactive Brokers, you might have their book trader, same deal. So it's to say, hey, there's a couple of different levels for this stock now at this point. Not only is there 7 as a whole number, but you have 710 as a big volume level from pre-market. And then don't be surprised if 725 becomes a little strong here after the open again. So, Fubo, either way, going into the open, easily going to put this on our watch list once more. For as much as it ran up, I would expect a pullback prior to the open or after the market opens, and then to see if we can get support building. All right, so we'll jump to Bed Bath next. Then we'll just go from top to bottom. But Bed Bath Beyond, I mean, from yesterday, let's more so just look at the run. We talked about this in Traders Talk to a great level, to a great degree. We even went back on Monday. That's when we originally saw this make its big move. And then once again yesterday, ended up breaking above resistance off of 16. I know it's easy to look at, and you might think it's easy for me to say, oh, once it broke 16, that was it. Well, yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened. From there, it had one false breakout off of 17. Well, hey, what happens if history could repeat itself? Not in the sense of a false breakout, but in the sense of it breaking resistance. And once it rebroke 17, all bets were off. This thing completely flew. So ended up topping off at the time. You would think at 20 initially. It even ran over 20 again later on. Topped all the way off at 28. So, hey, ended up making this big move up. If it's not going to look to break any higher and look to run up for us, I was really hopeful during the afternoon meeting. I was in this trade from 25.84, 25.86. You go back in the afternoon meeting, I had my stop set, thank God. But once this broke down, it stopped me out break even. And then this thing completely tanked. So, it just goes to show that this stock is not as likely to continue to run up across the whole entire day. There's going to be shakes. There's going to be consolidation. There's going to be a big drop, perhaps, if it's not going to break higher. All right. Well, obviously, once again today, it looks like the run is not officially over. It's up over 33% again this morning. We'd called out the break above 26 in pre-market right off 8 o'clock, saying it was just a strong level at the time. And once it rebroke, well, all bets were off again, right? So, again, Bed Bath Beyond, Bobby J, we'll put this on our watch list here. All right, so I'm going to try and do my best without going with any water here for this meeting. So let's try and expedite this, folks. Let's go from top to bottom here. Rookie mistake not getting my water bottle here for this meeting. All right, so HIL at the top. You could tell why we're not trading it. It's extremely flat. And if you don't know why this stock ended up gapping up to begin with, it's a buyout. Pretty much almost all buyouts look like this. Let's say like 95%, 98%, loosely speaking, will look like this. They'll gap up, then flatten out right away after. All right, so we keep it going. BBBY, we just talked about. It's on our list. Now we'll keep it cruising here. BWV, we ended up seeing this make a big pop shortly after 8 o'clock, and we were hopeful to see a lot more come out of this trade. Obviously, it's been pretty flat in its own right. Is this a buyout? I doubt that it is. I just want to check. Blue water vaccines. So we ended up trading this stock a little while ago. Let me zoom in on the daily chart. Like a week or two ago, we ended up trading this thing, gapped up. And then over time, just over the couple of days after, ended up making a decent bounce, decent run back up. The news out for this morning on BWV, just earnings, EPS missed. It says it says EPS down from 29 cents year over year. There's got to be more to it as to why it popped up 24% right now. Let's just go through the rest of the gainers list, see what else we have there. I may come back to this at the very end. QNRX, I didn't see any news out on this one either, so that's a little discouraging because if it's just going to run up with no news, it could be more likely to see it just tank and coil up and not present a great opportunity for us after. Same type of deal with this as on BWV. It's not looking too tempting just yet. We had this on our pre-market list at least. It was looking a lot better going into the 8 o'clock move. You could see right here. I mean, 730 was beginning to make the lower high, but you were hopeful to see the re-break and the higher high later on after 8 o'clock, and it just didn't give us that chance. Blue Apron, another choppy stock, at least, across 830 and afterwards, had popped up a little bit there. I even said in the chat board it had a pretty thin order book at the time, so I wasn't as particular about the liquidity. But, it was moving up gradually there at the time, got pretty choppy. Gene, I want to give Gene a shout out here, one of our longtime students. He got in from 613. Thankfully, he got 59 cents on his trade, got out at 672, right near the high seemingly. So great trade from Gene. And you know what? This Blue Apron trade, I'll add to our list. We've seen this make a nice squeeze up in the past. All right, folks. Got to give me 10 seconds here. I'm dying. Give me 10 seconds. I'll be right back grabbing my damn water bottle from my other table here. How about that for bad radio? All right, we keep it going. Jeez, that helped me out. We keep it going. We got the BBIG trade. We're looking pretty good here, folks, heading into the market open on this stock. Why? Well, at 137 yesterday, this was a huge level yesterday on the BBIG trade. Ended up getting halted at some point early on. Unfortunately, it didn't really create as great of a trade after, but 137 was the halt print when it had reopened up. So you could see right away 137 became resistance from there, pulled back. That's a huge level going into this morning, folks. The market open. It's above it right now. It wouldn't shock me if this trade ends up launching right from here even. It's more of like a level 1 or 2 trade. So I think it's a great stock for any one of us inside the live trading room to look to try and follow up with. All right, we keep it going, folks. We keep it moving. Ear made a nice move this morning. Ended up popping up pretty nicely from 220 up towards 270-ish. 235, we were looking for support. And for the most part, it got the job done. Had a nasty shake here, but otherwise contained itself over 235 pretty nicely afterwards. Is it going to run up from here, though? Is it going to look to make that big move afterwards? So that's what you're looking for right now. The ear trade, I'll slip on our list here for right now. It's Sava. It's not really trading a whole lot of volume there. Let's see. Yeah, it popped in the after hours, but not much to it here. JCSE, this ended up making like this coiled up move after 8 o'clock. I had this on the bottom of our pre-market watch list. I thought there was a chance. It was tradable, good liquidity on the book. For right now, it's making higher lows. It's trying to hold that support that we were looking for earlier. So I don't mind kind of slipping this on our list alongside the ear trade there. I'll tell you, I mean, some good tradable stocks. I look forward to the market open. But, for all the stocks that we have on the watch list here, I'd say Fubo is probably the best looking. And then otherwise, I mean, there's nothing really that stands out one over the other. These are all tradable stocks that could easily look to make a big move after 9:30. Like Party City here, it's trending up. Now it's beginning to make a small little pop back up here from like 213 all the way back up towards 222. So if this continues to show some good strength, then hey, I'll put this on the top of our watch list. But this is kind of along the same line of thinking as EAR and JCSE. It's moving up. It's up a little bit. You hope to see it really pop after the open. But I would want something like with even better direction. Something that's like trending up even more, like right at the highs. MEGL, I'm just going to kind of skip over that for right now. That one from the last 2 days ended up making such a big move. It pulled back and it's like we're tracing up a small amount, but that's going to lure a lot of us in and it's going to lead to an ugly shake back down, I think. The Rev trade, you could say the same on this, but this one, at least, I mean, hopefully after the open it fills in more, but yesterday was pretty liquid. This REV trade ended up making a little move off of 835, 840-ish, topped off just right around 9. Let's see if there's anything looking better here. Ha! Man U, anyone a footy fan here? Anyone a soccer fan? Manchester United. It's interesting. They have their own stock. But the news that came out on them, Elon out there, Elon Musk, of course, ended up tweeting that he was looking to buy Man U. And later on, he had said it was a joke. So last night when I saw that little blurb come out, I was like, oh wow, I'm going to be excited to trade Man U today. And I think they're even like into crypto too. I was looking at like Tezos and all this, and obviously it's not fake news, but he was just joking. He was just pulling our leg. But yeah, Man U early on gapped up, dropped off. I'll keep this on our side list here. It's not really that liquid either. Looking at level 3. Grant says JCSE moving to 265. There we go. All right, so that one's on our list. If that's moving up a lot more right now, then we'll promote that. We'll put that near the top of our watch list, perhaps. Let's hop over to the losers side right now, folks. Let's see if there's anything looking just as good, if not better, from the losers list. ASLE, shortable, down big. Trading decent volume. Just wanted to look at it, but it's got a spotty chart here. I'm not a fan of the lack of activity. Got a bunch of stuff hard to borrow. A lot of top percent gainers from yesterday, like Forza and G-Box. We ended up doing really well on G-Box. It just goes to show what goes up comes back down. Big trees fall hard. All right, let's see what else we got here, folks. DNUT, they have the F next to the ticker. I think that means failed to meet like listing requirements. I could be wrong on that abbreviation from TradeStation, but man, this thing took a bit of a hit. I don't know what happened this morning on it. Could be a decent short if you're able to get the shares, but for right now, I'm just going to see if there's anything just looking better. SNY, 1.4 million shares traded, $42 stock. It's dropping off a little bit. No great need to put this on our list. It will be pretty liquid after the open, so I'd be more particular about this thing, if anything, the SNY. But for right now, we already have a decent list, all from the gainers side, and that's all right. But I don't want to build up too big of a watch list here. SPWR only trading 37,000 shares in pre. That's bad. All right, Blue. Blue ended up dropping off. Blue's a stock we are pretty familiar with. Blue's also shortable, and it should be pretty liquid after the market opens. This actually could be a pretty decent short, this Blue trade, but same to be said here, as I said on SNY. We'll wait till after the market opens. We'll focus on the ones that are more so from the gainers list first. This at least even has a good iceberg order on the bid, about 25,000 shares on the bid right now, sitting there at 625. Hey, you want a clear identifiable level in a stock, right? So with saying that, this could actually make it to our list, but again, same to be said just before. I don't want to just overwhelm us all. We got Blue Apron, we got Bed Bath Beyond, JCSE, Fubo, and the others that we already spoke about. John in and out on ear for a dime. Nice catch from John. All right. Let me know, folks, if there's anything else up, down, left, right, more than 5% for all of us on YouTube, Facebook Live. Certainly let me know. Type anything in the chat board there if you want me to look at anything. BWV, we had from our side list. It looks like it's beginning to make a bit of a pop right now. Yep. There we go. All right. So coming back to the BWV, we're going to put this on our list now officially. QNRX was the other one. It's up big and it's starting to, inch up a little bit more. Hopefully the order book fills in on this one too. I'll put this on our main list also. No problem doing that. What else we got? Last call here, folks. I'm looking at my Benzinga Pro, and I got one here for us. I just don't know if it's, if the chart looks good. Genius. The stock's been a huge tease for us in the past, so I'm not a fan of that part of it. Ended up making a bit of a pop from 104 to 111. It's a cheapie. For right now, I want to see more out of this thing, if anything. Again, we have a decent list already at this point, so now I'll keep Genius on our side list after the open. If it looks a lot better, then I'll call it out personally from that point. All right, folks, so I think that about wraps it up in total. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stocks to work with. Pretty decent, not too big in my opinion. I think just good enough. All right, so again, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, go right to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/cybertradingu, to catch our recording of our Traders Talk workshop that we conducted live yesterday on our YouTube channel. If you watch that workshop and have any follow-up questions from it, feel more than free to email me. Josh@c2trading.com is my email. If you were interested in joining our live trading room, we had a nice promo yesterday, but that had expired. Go right down to the link on the blue banner below to sign up for our live trading room otherwise. But for members there right now, like Norman, Robert, Alex, John, Bill, Kathleen, Jean, once again, nice catch from Jean this morning. I look forward to talking to you folks just right at the market open. We're going to refill up on some water, folks. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Become a Cyber Group member today. Just click the link below and receive all these amazing products and a world of knowledge for just $9.